a statistic just came out. He said in 2018 to 2024, UTME candidates who scored below 200. In 2018, 74%, 74.1% scored below 200. In 2019, 77.0 score below 200. In 2020, 79.2 score below 200. And I'm going to paste this on the screen. In 2024, 76.1% score below 200. That means students have been failing since 2018 to 2024. And up till now, we've not had any reaction from government on how to change these statistics and for us to start having a better statistics, or at least an improvement, because it's like it's going from bad to worst based on the number of students who are supposed to be in the university. Now, that means if you follow the trend, because, you know, life, before you judge the future, you look at the history, look at the past, and maybe do a prediction. So in 2025, I am expecting to see 78 or 77% of students that will fail Jamb. Now, who are we going to call to this? I am sure many people will be saying that the students are not studying, the students are not interested in education, and that the students are more interested in social media and blah, 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 all the rubbish. It's a rubbish because why do you expect a teenager, a child born into this digital world, a world that has been flooded with technological advancement, a top-notch technological advancement, and you want a child to be interested in school based on what we are seeing in Nigerian society? Nigerian society is a mess when it comes to education. They give no care. Nobody cares about school. Nobody cares about education. Of course, it's a popular saying in Nigeria that school is a scam. So, and a child knows this. All of them know that school is a scam. So why do you expect them to pay or to put attention or pay more interest to education and to study? So you want a child now to go and be studying mathematics every day or studying physics every day in order to gain admission and go into university. They are not going to do it. Because the ones that have done it, nothing to show, nothing come out. The people that have went to school before, that came out, nothing come out. So let's first of all look at the teachers that these children are first exposed to. Because majority of the students, let me say, considering the literacy rate in Nigeria and all stuff, or a lot of students that go to school, we say that many students are in school. Now, out of these students that are in school, these teenagers, these adolescents, how many of them are proud of their teachers? No one child, an adolescent that is proud of his teacher. And if I were them, I would not be proud of my teacher. Even when I was in school, as a child, when I was a teenager, I wasn't proud of my teachers. Why would I be proud of my teachers? Their life is not colorful. The life of an average teacher in Nigeria is not colorful. And I will beat my chest to tell you, because I'm a teacher, I will beat my chest to tell you that 90% of Nigerian teachers cannot feed their families. 90% of Nigerian teachers right now cannot feed their family. Now, in that state of the mind of a teacher, what does he have to offer to a student in order to motivate the child, in order to put the child in the level where he can be confident to study, knowing that after studying in future, he's going to reap from studying, from being an engineer, being an accountant, being a doctor, being a teacher. The life of a teacher is in a mess. So no child wants to go through that rigorous exercise right now. Since you know you can do other things and get away with it and become rich, the Nigerian society is built not to support the intellectual. The Nigerian society is built not to support the noble, but it is built to support mediocrity, to elevate evil. So when you want to do something in the right way, you become poor. You can never improve. So the government has left education and the state of teachers in a very mockery state, in a very deniable state. And the effect is what we are seeing in the Jamb statistics every year. So like in 2024 right now, only 8,000 students score above 300. And 4.2% score above 250. So you see, I wish my stats are correct, but I'm going to be pasting it here as well. Now, if you check very well, the ones that are passing these schools, the students that you see that are passing, they're not schools from government schools. They're not students from government schools. They are students from private schools. Top private schools, not all these small private schools, not mortuary schools. Top private schools. And this is because the teachers in those top private schools have been squeezed to produce this result, irrespective of their state of mind. They have been trained, they have been squeezed to give up themselves just to make sure that these students are going to pass, because the students have paid exorbitant fees. So the management of the so-called private school will come out and give you out of the 100, they can give you 0.5 and squeeze you and make sure that this result is coming out. Then the teachers on their own decided to give out their best, and that is why you're seeing those results. If you check the secondary schools, I'm going to be pasting on the screen right now, you see that these are secondary schools, and many of the stats, 70-something% that you are seeing that are failing Jamb are students coming from these schools. The other, out of the 25, in average of 26% that are passing Jamb, the ones scoring between 200 and 250 are coming from other private schools. Let me say from exam malpractice. Let me say exam malpractice. Pure exam malpractice. You cannot tell me it's not. But Jamb, I think Jamb has tried now. They have improved in stopping that. But because of the CBT, and any time WAEC brings CBT, you see what will happen. Any year WAEC brings CBT, you see the number. The number of students that will fail will increase as well. So I'm also urging WAEC, so please try to give us CBT in WAEC so that the number of students that are going to fail will improve more. But the issue is that government is not going to do anything. The government I know, for the past 20 years, we do nothing about education because nobody cares about education. So even my own children, I'm not going to care to tell them, go and study maths and study physics. No, I'm going to teach them in skills. So as students are failing more Jamb, that means we are going to be admitting quack students that will be studying medicine. Because I want to call medicine because at least that one has to do with life and death. What about people that will be going into civil engineering, that will be building our houses? And that's why we keep on having collapsed houses everywhere. Every time you're hearing that a house has collapsed, or bridge has fallen, a car has failed brake. Because this society do not care about creativity. The society of Nigeria does not care about intellectual property. We don't give attention to what is education and school. We think it's rubbish. But go to this same country all of you are running to. Go and see how they have packaged their education. And that is this saying. It says that education is the bedrock of national development. It is the truth. And any day a Nigerian society comes to the realization of that truth, then things will start working. So in law, students that will be going to law, many of them failed. People who will be going to civil engineering, many of them have failed. We have just 80-something thousand of students who are eligible to enter school out of how many youths in this country? Out of about 150 million youth. Oh my God. We are ready for a doom. This doom. Go and pray. Let us pray. It's not prayer. It's not prayer. Go back to the root and find why is this thing happening. Give attention to teacher education. Produce teachers and beautify their life. You will see every child will want to study and be like a teacher. Everybody wants to be like a doctor. Everybody wants to be like an engineer. Nobody wants to be a teacher. and is affecting everything we do. And that's my own piece of advice, if you have here.